My name's Charlie and I'm going to be talking about Ecuador and the Galapagos. So Ecuador was the first country I visited in South America, and it really was the reason why I decided to go over there. I absolutely love David Attenborough. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it to any of you agents before, but he was my inspiration to heading over to South America and obviously continuing my travel, and which became a career. So I'm going to be talking about Ecuador first, and then we'll go into the Galapagos afterwards. So my first highlight in Ecuador would definitely be Quito. It's the capital city and it's the first port of call for most holidays which go to Ecuador and the Galapagos. It's located 2,800 meters above sea level, high up in the Andean mountains, and it really does provide some amazing scenery as well as history and culture. My main recommendation would be to spend 2 to 3 nights here, because you're going to be able to explore the old town, and there are different mountains, especially if you have adventurous clients who want to go and do some adventure and climbing. My second highlight is definitely the Avenue of the Volcanoes. The Avenue of Volcanoes starts in Quito and it goes all the way through Cuenca and then down to the coast in Guayaquil. Typically it will take 4 to 6 days, and while you're here you're going to be able to see such sites as the Cotopaxi and Quiotola volcanoes. You'll be able to stay in the charming town of Baños, which is very good for adventure, and you can also go and see the Devil's Nose train in Riobamba. So my third highlight of Ecuador would be the Mindo Cloud Forest. It's a 2 to 3 hour drive north, and it really is a wildlife lover's dream. Typically it would be 2 to 3 days post Galapagos stay, and it provides a really great alternative to just staying 1 or 2 extra nights in Quito or Guayaquil. Obviously people are wanting to see the wildlife and the animals after the Galapagos, so why not transfer them up here? Or alternatively you can do an Amazonian stay in Ecuador as well, which not a lot of people know about. And now to the Galapagos. I don't know if you've heard, but I absolutely love David Attenborough, and he really did inspire me to go over to the Galapagos. And once you step off the plane, it really is like you're in a documentary. You're really immersing yourself within the wildness and the nature here. Typically our clients will go and stay on a cruise. This can be for between 4 to 7 nights. And it really does feel like you're on a land before time. Each island offers something so different and unique, and it really is just tons and tons to do and see. The activities there, for example, you can go snorkeling, you can do hiking, and each of the guides will be really well trained, so they'll be able to teach you about the conservation and the importance of this ecosystem. So to summarize, typically I would recommend a 2-week to 2.5 week stay in Ecuador and the Galapagos. So you can spend a couple of nights in Quito, then you can travel down the Valley of the Volcanoes, and then from there you can fly over to the Galapagos, do your 4 to 7 night cruise on the Galapagos, and then fly back to Ecuador and maybe do a 2-night post Galapagos stay in the Mindo Cloud Forest or the Amazon, before arriving back home. Tons and tons of photos and stories to tell.